Facts tell, stories sell. So if you're building a network marketing business online, you may have heard that before. And in this video, I'll share with you how to use your testimonials to tell better stories to make more sales. This is video number 3 of the Network Marketers Biz Builder Challenge. So I'm Colin Yearwood from colinyearwood.com. Over there, I share information that help employees transition to entrepreneurship. To learn more about that, to get more videos like this in this series, subscribe down below, click the bell icon, you will get notified. So if you're building a network marketing business online, you're building an MLM online, you want to know how to get more sales and how to effectively reach out and connect with the right people for you. And one of the best ways to do that is through stories. And in this training for the Network Marketing Biz Builder Challenge, video number 3, actually there's a 5-part series. If you're catching this in the middle, check the description below to get the link to the other parts of the series, the other videos in the series, and also to our quick start guide and access to our Facebook group. Cool group, lots going on in there. So in this training today, I'll share with you how you can use your same old stale testimonials to create stories around them that would actually end up getting you more sales, getting you more business partners, right? So selling online is what you want to do. You want to connect with people online, but a lot of people are doing it wrong. Posting before and afters, is that working for you? Well, here's how you can use stories to get more results from those before and afters. Welcome back to day number 3 of the Health and Wellness Biz Builder Challenge. Today's going to be a good day. Because I'll be sharing something with you that it actually works, but also it gives a great spin on a lot of resources you have access to. So today we'll be talking about how to use stories to sell, how to use your testimonials you have to create a story that will pull people into the story, have them see themselves in it and sell. So welcome aboard. Let's quickly recap the week, right? A lot of people may be wondering, I don't know why it's getting dark. I don't know, but maybe my lighting. Actually, on Friday, I'm looking forward to getting a new light for my Facebook Lives, which, yeah, the little things that make me happy. So let's recap. A lot of people saying, well, Colin, when are you going to show me how to get leads and make money? Well, what we're doing is laying the foundation and preparing you or setting you up in a position that you will attract leads and you will get those quality leads that would help you grow your business in a long-term way. A couple of things you can do. Look, I equate it to if you're going on a date, you make sure you shower and put on a nice outfit and you go out and you have some interpersonal skills before you show up on a date to ask the person to marry you, right? So that's what we're doing here. We're setting up your Facebook profile the right way. That was day 1. Setting you up and putting yourself in position to win. I don't know, maybe I'm blocking the light. Yeah, there we go. Well, maybe that's it. Setting yourself up, putting yourself in position to win, or maybe the white shirt. That might be it. So that we talked about day 1, putting yourself in position to win. Day 2, we talked about understanding your target audience and becoming a magnet. And understanding who is your target audience and what kind of content to post. You can always check down in the group to find that resources. I also post a PDF that you can download and help you create and brainstorm on who your target audience, who's the ideal person that you want to work with to grow your health and wellness business. I know everyone could use it, but it's challenging to speak to everyone. So check out yesterday's training if you still have a question about that. So today we have another guest trainer, of course. We have another guest trainer today, Justice Egan. I don't know what's happening here. I'll move that aside there. The light is just the light today. Justice Egan is a master trainer when it comes to the network marketing space, and some things that he does is a little bit different. And he talks a lot about creating stories in an effective way to build your business. And to me, that's one of the easiest ways you can do. A lot of people get lazy and just post before and after pictures. Look, it works sometimes, but does it work or give you the kind of results you're looking for on a long-term basis? So we'll jump right into today's training, how to create stories that sells. Justice goes through a very detailed process and lays it out for you. And then I'll show you an example that I've had that had tremendous engagement on my Facebook profile for me. Let's do this again. Let's see if we've been able to. Yeah, I figured it out. Here we go. So here's Justice and his training on how to create stories that sell.
It's definitely something that's the focus right now. We're helping a lot of people, better their communication and start getting people coming to them rather than, pushing them away, when people get really pitchy with their message and stuff like that, which is super common in our space, right?
So what that is telling stories. How to tell stories to grow your business on Facebook. You can do that both on your personal profile. For my audience, is health and wellness network marketers. How could they start telling stories? How do they create a story post that would allow them to attract and engage with the right
Oh yeah,
person?
so there is such an incredible niche for this because everything is just teed up. What most people do in the health and wellness space is they use like a before and after picture, right? And they get out there and they're like, hey, look, if you want to lose weight too, or if you want to take advantage of this special, look at Susie. She went from here to here, right? And it has this pitchy kind of energy to it, right? Mm-hmm. And what stories really do, if you do use someone's, and health and wellness has so many testimonials, so it's so fantastic. But what you want to do is you really want to celebrate somebody's transformation, right? And so rather than coming at somebody and saying like, hey, look at what I've got, it's a very indirect approach. So you just celebrate someone else, and the onlooker, okay, if they see themselves in the story of the person you're celebrating, they will be attracted to what you have. So an example of that would be, let's say you have someone that's lost a good deal of weight, right? But you want to get into the more personal things, like they're a mom, they were busy, they tried other things, etc. Right? So instead of being like, hey, if you want to be like Susie, you just tell Susie's story and celebrate them, and the people will come. Okay, so what you do is you say, you always start with something that's going to grab the attention of the people, right? Right. That like, hey, I was so excited to see how great Susie looked. I just got to give a shout out to my friend Susie. I saw her the other day. She looked so great. She's worked so hard. Hey, the greatest part is that Susie, when I first met Susie, she had tried this and this and this and this. And you want to lay out all the things that people have tried, that they've struggled with, that they've this. These were all Susie's problems. Then I shared with Susie, something that's worked for me, and Susie gave it a shot. And I'm just blown away. I can't believe how great this has worked out. Now she has this and this and this and this, and it's everything they want. Right. And one of the best things you can do when it comes to health and wellness stuff is, instead of talking, everybody wants to talk like loss of pounds, right? Lose pounds, lose this, lose that. People want the benefit of the benefit. They want the thing that is the result of that. So language like fitting into their old jeans. Nice. Okay. Even if you want to have fun making the ex jealous, that kind of stuff, because that's what people really want. Right. Okay. And if they didn't want that, they wouldn't even care about losing the weight. Right. Feeling more confident, turning heads again, that kind of thing, getting the compliments, that's what people want. So that's, Susie went through this transformation. That's what Susie has. Is experiencing, and then really softly, really subtly, you just say, hey, listen, I love watching people like Susie transform. If she reminds you, you of you in any way, or you want to know what Susie did, hit me up. Like, that's it. Like, hit me up. I'd be happy to share some info with you. Very non-push, okay? Right. And that's really, there's a subtle difference in that kind of communication versus, using, shouting from the rooftops, hey, if you want to lose weight, we've got a special going on. It works like crazy, works for everybody. Completely different energy, completely different approach to conversation. So if you can pull people with stories, you can use that on your profile. Use it.
There you go. So hopefully you've learned a few things from Justice training. I was a little bit too quick on pulling out of that, but he basically mentioned you can use it on your Facebook profile. Use these stories on your Facebook profiles and in groups. And what that does, when you create stories like this and use those stories, what it does and allows you to do is attract people to you into that story, people who can resonate with the story. They comment, they engage with that post. And now that gives you an opportunity to continue the conversation and reach out to them to see where they are in the process. A couple things that Justice mentioned there is this is not about, mentioning the company name and putting the company name in everything that you do or what product the person used. You want to leave that curiosity out there. You want to leave it in such a way that they're wondering, great results, but what did she use? What product did she take? And guess who they're going to have to reach out to? You, right? Because you know that product. A lot of times when you mention the company name or you put a link, guess what they'll go and check out the link and leave. They've seen many things like that. There's really no connection there. When you put the company name or the product name, what your potential prospect or customer will do, they'll go and Google it. And as I think I've said before in this group, people don't Google network marketing companies and products to convince themselves to buy it. They Google it to reassure themselves of that inner doubt that they had. Oh, these things don't work. And usually that's what they find, because Google is not a friend. A lot of smart marketers know how to manipulate that, and they put a lot of negative reviews at the top. That basically just steal your leads, by the way. So I hope you've gotten ideas on how to create that story. Create stories that now leads to soft sells. Lead to curiosity, which leads to conversations. And then you can go on and have that conversation, see if that person is a good fit for your product, for your opportunity, and take the conversation from there. So what I'm going to show you guys is an example of a story post that I did early in the year, and it's one of the most popular posts I've done. And I just shared my health and wellness journey. So let's pop over here. That's the wrong page. There we are. Cool. Look at that guy. Look at that strong guy. But this is usually when you do a story post, you definitely want to include a picture. Right? Because people can write, that's what grabs people's attention. But then I went on to share a little bit about my 7-year health and wellness journey. From weighing over 300 pounds plus, as I put here, a 300 pound plus eating machine, which I was, because I thoroughly enjoy food, but it led me to a place I didn't want to be. And I just shared my story, and I shared the challenges I had and why I decided to change. I talked about a little bit of the things I did to overcome and make the changes in my life. And I talk about some of the results. And I talk about recommitting myself to the process again. Now, if you notice, this post got over 157 likes. I think it might have been one of my most popular posts this year. 157 likes and over 40 comments. Now, that's the kind of engagement you want, and that's the kind of engagement story posts allow you to have. All right. Just want to share that with you. Now, some people may be saying, I don't have come back. There we go. Some people may be saying, well, I don't have, testimonials where I can create those stories. Here's a couple of things, guys. Most network marketing and direct sales companies, they have a group, and if you look in that group, there are tons of testimonials, and there are lots of people who actually shared their stories. Just take those stories and craft them using the formula that Justice taught you. Now, you can use it also sharing your own story. You have to be a little bit vulnerable. People want to see that you were where you were where they're at right now. Not every big guy, there's a lot of guys out there that wear 300 pounds plus that want to lose weight, that think is difficult, that think it's a challenge. But because of me sharing my story, maybe I'll inspire someone. Maybe someone will reach out to me and connect. I want to know how I did it and get more details. Share your story. Share your story and share it in such a way where you will give value, inspire people, and make them want to reach out to you and know more. And by the way, too, someone liking your picture or your story post, reach out to them. Click on that, click on the likes, go to each person's profile, reach out to them, and thank them for liking it. Start a conversation with them. Now, today's action plan is pretty simple. Create your own story post. To make this work, you got to do it. Create your own story post, and you can post it in the group. And let us give you some feedback and post it among friends if you're not sure you should be posting it. Create your story post using your own story, or use a testimonial that you can find in your company's groups or one of your company's share, and share it here. We'd love to see it. Hopefully you're finding value from the challenge. Again, if you have any questions about how to write these stories, how to craft them better, feel free to leave the questions in the comments. I'd love to help you with this. I'd love to help you create that first story post, right? So if you're following along and you're doing all the tasks, you're setting yourself up for tomorrow. And tomorrow, yes, I will share. There's a bee by my window. I try to use the natural light. Tomorrow, I will share some prospecting tips and maybe a prospecting script that you can use tomorrow. You can actually use it tomorrow to start generating leads. But here's the thing about it. If you have a crappy profile, it's not going to work. If you did not follow day 1 or day 2 recommendations that day 1 or day 2 trainings, and you want to, and even today's training, because if you create a nice story post today, put it on there and start reaching out to people tomorrow with the script and the technique I'll show you, people will become curious. They'll take a look at your profile and they'll see your story. And that may prompt them to actually respond to your prospecting message. So if your profile is not up to par, it doesn't matter which script you use, what techniques you use, you're not going to generate the kind of quality leads you're looking for to grow your business on a long-term basis. So go back to day one, implement those tips and tricks I shared with you on day one and day two. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me because I would love to help you grow your business. That's the reason we're in the group, and that's the reason I'm doing it.